We check the fridge every 4 minutes, even when nothing has changed. But what if you actually didn't eat? Not for 5 hours, not for 5 days. What your body does, day by day, is genuinely shocking. Day 1. Skip breakfast. Easy. Skip lunch. You're basically a monk. Then 3 p.m. hits, and suddenly your coworker's sad desk sandwich looks like a Michelin star meal. Your body runs on glucose stored in your liver and muscles. Think of it as your phone battery. By evening, you're at 4%, low battery mode, for your entire body. Your hunger hormones spike hard. Your brain, which cannot tell the difference between a diet and an actual famine, starts treating this like a survival emergency. GUNK is having the time of his life right now. But after about 16 to 18 hours, something remarkable happens. Insulin crashes to almost zero, and your body finds a backup fuel tank it hasn't touched in years. That vault labeled stored fat, it just unlocked. Fat that's been sitting around since 2019, finally getting used. Your liver starts converting body fat into molecules called ketones. Ketones are premium backup fuel. And here's the part nobody tells you. Your brain actually runs more efficiently on ketones than on glucose. GUNK did not see this coming. Day 2. You wake up expecting to feel terrible. Instead, you feel weirdly okay. Mental clarity increases, reaction times improve. You're focused in a way that hasn't happened since before smartphones existed. This is your brain on ketones, and you're insufferably smug about it. Studies show that during ketosis, the brain fog lifts. Your brain isn't struggling to process glucose anymore. It's running on clean, efficient fuel, the kind your ancestors used when food wasn't guaranteed. Day 3. Something ancient kicks in. It's called autophagy, and the name sounds terrifying. Auto means self. Phagy means eating. Your body is literally eating itself. Before you panic, this is the best thing that happens in this entire video. Your cells break down and recycle their own damaged parts. Old proteins, broken components, potentially even precancerous cells. This is your body's internal deep clean, the one it never gets to run because you keep interrupting it with snacks. The scientist who discovered this won the Nobel Prize in 2016. Your body has had this feature the entire time. Inflammation, which GUNK basically runs on, starts dropping. Your immune system begins identifying old, damaged cells and recycling them for fresh replacements. Research from USC called this, and I'm not making this up, flipping a regenerative switch. Day 4. Your immune system just got a software update. Old, inefficient immune cells recycled. Fresh ones generated. Insulin is low. Inflammation is down. Blood sugar is stable. Some people at this stage describe feeling surprisingly peaceful. Others are just thinking about pizza. Day 5. This is where we have to be honest. Your electrolytes are depleted. Your body has started breaking down muscle tissue for fuel. And GUNK, who has been losing for 4 days, is starting to smile again. Extended fasting is not harmless for everyone. Push too far, and survival mode becomes damage control. This is the line between biology working for you and working against you. If you ever attempt extended fasting, do it with medical supervision, because eating too much too fast after a long fast can cause refeeding syndrome, which in extreme cases is life-threatening. The goal was never to starve yourself. The goal is to understand what your body is actually capable of. Most people think hunger is an emergency. It's not. Hunger is your body saying, I've finished processing, I'm ready to clean up, I'm ready to burn. That discomfort is your body getting healthier. But here's the part nobody talks about. What happens when you eat sugar again? After your body has been running clean for days? The insulin spike, the gut bacteria reaction. What GUNK does next? That's the next video, and it's worse than you think. If this changed how you think about hunger, subscribe, because next week we're going even deeper.